रेडियो सरगम के साथ सुनिए आज का मुद्दा सिर्फ रेडियो सरगम पर।
रेडियो सरगम पर आपका हम स्वागत करते हैं। फिजी विदेश में आप जहां भी हैं रेडियो सरगम के साथ में जुड़े हुए हैं। मैं आपकी साथी स्नेह चौधरी आपका स्वागत करती हूं। आज का मुद्दा प्रोग्राम आपके लिए हम लेकर आए हैं और आपके साथ में मैं ऑन एयर तो हूँ ही, लेकिन आपके साथ में मैं ऑनलाइन भी जुड़ चुकी हूँ। रेडियो सरगम फेसबुक पेज और रेडियो सरगम यूट्यूब पर आपके साथ में मैं लाइव हूँ। रेडियो सरगम टिकटॉक पर भी मैं आपके साथ में लाइव हूँ। और आज हम बातें करने वाले हैं बच्चों के बारे में। क्रिसमस के टाइम पर बच्चों की सुरक्षा और बहुत सारी बातें जिसके बारे में अभी हम थोड़ी देर में और आपको बताएंगे। लेकिन आप देख सकते हैं हमारे स्टूडियोज़ में हमारे दो मेहमान हैं। तो हमारे साथ में है नेशनल एडवाइज़र फॉर अर्ली चाइल्डहुड डेवलपमेंट तिमिसिया तुइदाउमिया, और साथ ही साथ में है ऑनलाइन सेफ्टी कमीशन के समुएला फिनाओ। सो हम इनका स्वागत करने जा रहे हैं। गुड इवनिंग जेंटलमैन।
Good evening.
So, okay, I would like you, first
Yes.
of all, Timothy, to explain what you do, actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. We're here on behalf of the Ministry of Women, Children and Social Protection. And with the ministry, they have an interagency. Under that interagency, it's just a group of ministries working together.
Right.
We have the Online Safety Commission, we have Ministry of Labor, we have Ministry of Itaukei Affairs, and also the police is with us, and other important stakeholders in our community. And what we do is we are trying to push a campaign out for the festive season.
Right.
Children are out of school
Right.
and they're home, some are bored, and my good friend here, Samuela, will talk about how children are going online and there's some unsafe spaces on digital platforms. And then I'm here to just talk about children that are selling on the streets. That is illegal. We'll talk about that.
You mean child labor?
Child labor,
Right.
thank you.
Right.
And then we're talking about children that that don't have adult supervision right now. Mom and dad are going to work, or they're home alone, or it's the festive season. Everyone's having a good time partying, the adults, and the children are left alone. And there's no food or what's going on at home. And then there's other situations like our street dwellers,
Right.
Moms that are selling on the streets with their children or sending their children out. We'd like everybody to know that there's support there.
Right.
And as of now, the government is doing a sweep through all the towns, through all the cities. You'll notice that the police are coming out stronger.
Yes.
And checking on anybody. Anyone from 0 to 18 years old is legally a child. So the police will question you. What are you doing in town? Or what are you doing in the neighborhood? Or it's late at night. Why haven't you gone home yet? And so, we have a strong message that we've always grown up knowing. It's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are? And so now we're trying to push that, it's
Do you know where
after
your
dark.
parents
Yeah,
are?
do you know where your parents are? And children.
Right.
Yeah, so that's the message that we hope to share this festive season.
With a friend, I just went somewhere for a cup of coffee, and while we were coming back, we had someone wailing. So we just stopped to check what actually happened, and this is beside Namukalao Creek.
Yeah.
There were a couple of police officers and two boys, probably teenagers, I think probably 16 or 17. They were crying out loudly and yelling. And they just didn't know. And they were saying something in Itaukei, which I could not understand. So I stopped and I asked one brother who was there, and I said, what are they saying? Because I couldn't understand anything. So he said, they are drunk and they don't know what they are saying. So
Really?
just imagine the kids.
Yes.
And I felt bad. I pity these kids because I don't know where their parents are, or they are street kids, or who they are.
Oh, yeah.
But it did not look good, and it did not
No.
look safe at all.
No.
For the people who are shopping, late
Yes.
shoppers, Yeah. So not only them, but while we were coming, I just told my friend, please make sure you are holding on tightly to your
Yes.
phone, because there were so many of them loitering
So
around.
many.
So yeah, exactly.
It's so important that we report. And we've got two phone numbers we'd like to share with the
Yes.
general public.
Sure.
The first one is,
1325.
thank you,
Right.
1325.
Child helpline.
That's the child helpline.
Right.
But we're asking everybody in Fiji, please call that number. if you see any child at risk.
Right.
Call that number if you may see a street dweller or a mom with their children selling and it just, they need support. We want everybody to know that this festive season, the support is there to call 1325. Even if it's not children and you see someone that's not well taken care of in town or in the city or in your community, maybe your neighbor, please call that helpline. And the other helpline, Samuela will share with you, which is...
1548.
Yes, and that is for digital platforms. Yeah.
So, Timisia told us what he does. So now it's your turn.
Thank
So
you.
what do you do?
My name is Samuel Finau, like mentioned. First of all, mula binaka everyone from listening to Aajka Mudda on Radio Sargam and
You remembered the name?
and those that are watching live on the social media
Right. Come closer.
social media platform and YouTube platform. So yes, similar with Temisia, we just here to advocate on about our children, on how they can be safe, and how parents and guardians can better take care of them and supervise the kids. I know most, when it's festive season comes with a risk also. It's not only a jovial and
Yes.
joyous mood.
Also
In this time there's a lot of movement. People going into the village, to communities, going to grandparents and all this. Kids are left alone. Parents are going for wedding functions and all this, and our children are left unsupervised. Also, not only that, they also left unsupervised with mobile phones on the digital platform, and having their phone, they have access to the world, to the internet, where we have a rise of HIV, of drugs, and all this, and where the use of mobile phone, just a click of a button, you can access this kind of thing. And with your kids not being supervised, they have the platform to access these kind of things. And recently we've been hearing a lot of sexual offense cases, people doing this kind of thing from practicing what they've been seeing online, and this from not being supervised. So we urge parents and guardians, supervise your kids. Mobile phones, internet, and all this, you need to supervise your kids. It's the time is we live in a different times right now, and we need to supervise our kids. We need to take care of them. See what they are watching, what they are doing online, not only online, offline as well. I know we'll be in a corner having some kava or some liquor, and then our kids are left, neglected on the other side, and doing whatever they think they can do. And that's we have a lot of cases that were going to court this year, cases of negligence. Kids drown, burn on the fire, because parents are doing something else while their kids are, and we don't want that joyful moment take away that with the kind of negligence or some of the things that we do. So we urge parents and guardians, please take care of your kids, supervise them on what they do online. So we don't want to be seeing people posting unnecessary things. We've seen parents taken to task for posting kids drinking beer while sitting with adults.
exactly.
Yeah, and we don't want to see parents going into court because you neglect to see and supervise your kids. So what's what your kids do, what's what they do offline, and what's also what they do online and what they post.
Some things don't make sense. Sometimes when we are on Facebook and when we see some videos where someone is hitting a kid with a stick or anything, whatever it is, or when someone is offering a glass of beer to a kid and someone is making a video of it instead of stopping it. That kind of thing doesn't make sense to me. And like, what are you doing? Why are you making a video? What are you trying to prove? Why can't you just go and stop that from happening?
Yeah, to everyone. I mean, everyone out there, being a bystander, silence will only cause more harm. You need to speak out for those kind of things. We live in a different times now. It's things like this are no more taboo. The rise in sexual offenses. Most of those or the perpetrators are just family members.
Yes.
So we need community leaders. We need family members to speak up to this kind of things. Only this, Fiji is a very small place.
Yes.
I always mention to when I go out on outreach, overseas they don't know, we are very unique, they don't know our the Lambasa Hindi, but no other place in the world knows those.
Yes.
Our own dialect, this kind of things. We are very unique and we are very small, so we need to be protective of each other. Look out for each other. Ask a lot of questions. There's no wrong questions. Yeah.
So true. I totally agree. Temesia, we were talking about kids. When parents, like, if a person is 15-year-old, if a child is 15-year-old, can that child work?
So the answer is no. So by law, the children from 0 to 18, they're children. If they're 15 above and they maybe have like a part-time job,
Right.
or it's okay. But when they're working over the hours or they're having to provide for the family, then that becomes a bit of a issue for the child, because now the child is working to support the whole family,
Right.
and mom and dad are at home while they're doing the work. And so, they're still children and they still need to be focusing on education and other things. And so what we're trying to just share with everybody during this festive season is that if they're 15 above and they're helping mom and dad, that's okay.
Right.
And Samuela was sharing that on the other channel just earlier. But it's when we abuse it again and we're keeping these children late hours in the evening selling, or sometimes it's 10 p.m. at night and we still see children selling roti or selling the mats at certain shopping centers. And so we're asking, even the shopping centers, even if you're a bystander in your car and you see something, please just give a phone call 1325 and just say, hi, I've just driven past this shopping center, there's children selling here.
Okay, I have a question.
Yes.
I have seen some children selling that. So whenever I see them, I always
Yes.
think whether they should be. I don't know if the parents are around.
Right.
But this is a very famous shopping center
Yes.
in between Suva and in the Suva to Nosori corridor. There are almost 3 to 4 kids selling peanuts and banana cake or pie or something. And they sit at a place. I went shopping and then I went somewhere else. I came back, they were still sitting there in the same position. And I think the child was probably 7-year-old. So if I see something like that, I can call?
You can call, please.
If the parent is not around?
If the parent is not around. Even if the parent is sitting with the child, just send it in. Even though we may not understand the story, what's going on,
Yes.
but we would just like the social welfare officers and the child officers to attend to it. So at least they can ask mom and dad, what's going on. If they're not able to provide for their families, we will get them through social welfare to try and get some support. If rent is an issue, but we're trying to see help them tackle the issues that they're going through as well.
Right.
And so please, if you see a child selling roti when you're going to the supermarkets, especially these big supermarkets,
And doormats.
and doormats,
Yeah.
the doormats, the food selling, and sometimes a lot of these children, they're bored at home during the holidays, so they're just following their friends and they think, oh, maybe I'll just roam around the supermarket and ask people for money.
Right.
And that's one case we've already seen before. And sometimes the older siblings realize, oh, this is how we can make money, and they send the young ones to go and ask. So even things like that, even if you're unsure, even when you look and you're, something's wrong here, please give us a call. We'd like to attend to it and try and get to understand what is the issues in the community, so we can deal with it.
So, while we are on children, another question. Sometimes we see some ladies, some mothers,
Yes.
begging for money
Yes.
with their little ones. And when I say little ones, I mean like probably the child is 2-year-old or 3-year-old. So is that
Still
allowed?
like infant. That is not allowed.
Right.
And so we'd really love that to be sent in as a report. So if you can call the phone number 1325, we're able to assist. And sometimes these moms are sitting very, very late in the late night in town, or some are around these supermarkets. Even the supermarket owners or managers or workers in the supermarket, please give us a call. It's not that we want to arrest them and take them away,
Yes.
but we want to see what
Just know what the
what
situation
the
is.
situation is, and that there is help. We can get them the help they need.
Yes, exactly.
And channel them. Ministry of Labor has an amazing department that helps people find jobs. Ministry of Youth has a department also that helps channel people to find jobs. So sometimes we find these young mothers and they move on. I've met a lady that used to sell mats in one of our big supermarkets outside. Today she's now a floor attendant at a Fresh Choice supermarket
Wow.
in Namandi, and so
Yes.
her life turned around. She's able to support herself. And so it's not that we want to remove them because it makes our towns or our cities look ugly. It's that we need to help them.
Yes, exactly.
And this festive season, a lot of the issues come out.
Yes.
People are giving for soli. Lots of families have to give money for Christmas shopping. Lots of bills are due. Lots of people go on leave without pay, and so people are selling items or they're trying to make money. And so we want to see how we can help and support them. And so when you give a call, it helps us go and support these children and these families and the greater community that they come from.
There are some kids. I've raised this issue, I think, with one of social welfare officers, Bandana.
She's lovely.
Unfortunately, she's not here
Yes,
today.
I need to get her to come.
So these boys sit at Mark Street. You've seen Mark Street from this corner to that corner. When you walk down Mark Street, so many of them
So many.
sitting this side and sitting that side, and they are begging for money. And sometimes they look stoned.
Yes.
Like you just know that they don't
Yeah.
know
What's
what's
going
actually
on.
happening around them.
They're not with us.
Yes, exactly. They are looking somewhere like, in the space or whatever. I have seen some people who have spoken to these boys, but then they were not ready to move. So last time when Vandana came, I asked her and she said there's a group, they are here for some time, and then they move to probably Nandi, and then they are there.
Yeah.
And then they move to Lotoka.
Yeah.
Then they are there.
Yes.
So I was wondering, like one day I was wondering, they are here for a week, and then what happened? Oh, probably social welfare did a very good job, and they are like
And they
all
run away.
Yes. But then I found out that they went there. So is there a way to just get them jobs? So
There is, yes.
do we have a system where if someone, a rehabilitation center, do we
Yes.
have something like that?
The rehabilitation center is coming up. Ministry of Women is working on that. But in terms of getting them the support, the police have ways to support them, and also Ministry of Youth. Ministry of Youth is doing a fantastic job at doing that,
Right.
and also Ministry of Labor finding jobs for these young boys. But as these young boys are traveling from town to town, from city to city, it doesn't stop you to give a phone call. And there's a Facebook page for Ministry of Women, Children and Social Protection.
Right.
Might help if you take a photo and just send it on our Facebook chat for Ministry of Women, Children and Social
Okay.
Protection on Facebook.
Right.
And you would be amazed with the amount of knowledge that the police and all our government agencies have on certain people that travel. And so they're known to move, and so having that support is really important. So please, you can send as many reports as you can. It will help us.
I wanted to ask you about these children roaming around in town. Have you come across such cases where you had to, or the police had to take children home and ask parents
Yes.
why the kids are roaming around, and the parents had no idea or something like
Yes. And so the police also has shared with all the families that we took their children back home to them, that it's important that mom and dad report their children as missing, to call, because otherwise the parents can be charged for
negligence.
neglect. And so that's another important information.
So when the child is not at home,
yes,
are they not bothered? Or do they think that they are playing rugby
a lot
or
of them,
something?
a lot of them think they're playing, and a lot of these children are playing games with their families and saying they're sleeping over at a friend's house, or they're making up lies that they've gone to a cousin's house for the weekend, or in the point of travel from their home to their cousin's home, they don't reach cousin's home.
So parents don't call and check?
So parents are not calling to check. Parents are not finding out if their children are exactly where they are,
That's
which
the
they need to
problem,
know.
Yeah.
Yes. And that other thing you had mentioned, that they're in town mucking around.
Yeah.
And so the parents aren't aware. And so we really need moms and dads, aunties, uncles, everybody that's staying together. The children must be supervised at all times by adults. Even with technology, Samuela has some really cool stories of cases with children being left on the phones as babysitting, while the parents are drinking or having a good time. The children are left with the technology to be babysat, watching different shows. But again, we don't know who's on the other side of the phone, and I know Samuela can share a lot about that. But it's really on mom and dad, all the aunties, uncles, even if you're older sibling, or even if you're the neighbor, you have a responsibility. Samuela likes to say this, that there's a lot of harm that comes when we stay quiet or stay silent.
Yes.
You need to speak up. And if you're scared to speak to the issue, call us. We can come and support and make sure there's help coming. So please, even if this is your neighbor, or you walked past someone's house and you saw the children alone watching TV, no adult around, call. We're there to help.
Samuela, whatever he said, I totally agree. And do you think that when parents don't pay attention to children, or when they are left alone or neglected in a way, I should say, because parents are too busy with their friends or watching their own TV show or something, or fathers are too busy grogging, do you think that when children are on Facebook page, or when they are on social media, any social media for that matter, and when they get someone on the other side who talks to them nicely, they think that they have found love, which they are not getting at home, and that is why they get into this trap?
Yes, of course.
Have you come across something like that?
Many times. You know, for kids, when they're born, they're brought up, the only thing they need from us parents is to be nurtured, to be loved and to be cared for, right? Once you miss that opportunity with them, they'll try to find it somewhere else.
Yes.
And, to come and think of it, kids nowadays, they are generation, Z and Gen Alpha. They are born into AI, born into smartphones. Before they can crawl, they started scrolling, right?
I know, right?
So imagine, for parents, for us it's easy, when kids cry, or when you're trying to do something else, and just watch, go here.
I just had a show this morning where I was talking about why, like before, our parents would say, see, the bed is bringing the food and now it goes into your mouth, and we used to eat. But now, here, this is your phone, you watch this and I'm going to make you eat. So like kids are watching and they don't even know what they are eating. So that's what's happening, mobile phone.
And because they are born into this kind of technology, they are more smarter than us. So, giving them a phone and you turn on the other side, they can access whatever they want. They know where to go. They know, okay, this is the trend. I have to go on TikTok. This is the trend. Okay, dance. Okay, I have to go on a battle. I have to do TikTok roast. I have to go on Call of Duty, Free Fire, and all this. So, and many parents, because of that, many parents don't know the use of mobile phones, right? They don't know the use of mobile phones. They don't know the type of apps in there. And, for us, parents and guardians, we live in Fiji, we are not like Dubai, where everyone is rich, right? So it's different on how we brought up our kids, right? Some families have MasterCard, Visa card, some families don't, right? So your kids, when they go to this platform and someone gifted them data, their loyalty, everything, and when it's a man old enough, And if you're a 13-year-old girl, 14-year-old girl, you think you fall in love. Okay?
Because of your hormones and
hormones
everything.
and all those and those kind of things. And they take advantage of that. Those are, it's called online grooming,
Right.
And they started grooming you into this. They start giving you data. Okay, your parent doesn't have Visa card, MasterCard. They said, okay, you go to the room, take a picture of yourself. I'll top up your phone. I'll send you money. Okay, I'll buy you an iPhone. Or there's a lot of games going on right now in Fiji. Kids playing Free Fire, Call of Duty, and all these games. You'll need MasterCard, Visa card, M-Pesa, MasterCard. You'll need coins in able to buy things you want to upgrade your game.
Yes.
So, and if you are living in that kind of space where your parents does not meet those kind of thing, when somebody started gifting you those kind of things, you mind everything, you'll be shifted. Whatever they say, send your naked pictures and everything. You'll start. If they say to meet you in a hotel in Nandi, you will go because he's giving you everything. And your parents thought, oh, he's just playing game.
Right.
They're just playing game. They don't know what to do. Okay? So parents now need to understand that we are from the baby boomers. We are from those kind of age where we used to typewriter and telephone, those kind of dials. So we need to be smart and try to learn. I usually tell this story when I go around on outreach. Okay, we are so laid behind that we don't even know the slogans or the new slangs.
I even don't know some of them. My
like
goodness.
the new slangs this week, probably next month or next 2 weeks. When you say it, your kids will be like, wow, which year were you born? Like,
Yeah.
like that's how fast the slogans change.
Yes.
I usually tell these stories, and I'm going to say it to the viewers today. So this girl the dad usually give the laptop to the daughter,
Right.
and she usually type. Okay, the dad didn't know that she was being groomed on the other side by another older male,
Yeah.
the friend.
Right.
So when the dad usually come, she type PWS.
Right.
She type PWS. The dad didn't know what PWS means. So the dad just come. They start sharing Bible verses.
Oh.
They start sharing Bible verses. Okay.
Seriously.
The parents didn't know. The dad didn't know that before they'd always come. Oh, pat the dot on the back. Oh, thank you, Lubienko. Thank you. Yeah.
You are so much into
Yes,
religion,
yes.
Bible and all.
I trust you, and that's why I'm giving you my laptop and all this.
Whoa.
The dad didn't know that before, when the daughter knew he was coming, she typed PWS. Parents watching over shoulder. That means he is standing.
Oh
So when he types that,
no!
the other person on the other side change the topic and starts
Oh my God, I had goosebumps.
Yeah, me too.
start sending the Bible verses.
Wait, what's PWS?
Parents watching over shoulder. That
I did not even know that.
That
is
means your
creepy.
dad is standing at the back of you. So she sent it, and they change the topic. They start sending this Bible verse. So
Jesus Christ.
yeah, that's
I can feel everything.
that's why for us at Online Safety, when we go out to community outreach, we start teaching parents the new slogans, these kind of things. They don't talk about the normal conversation for them. They don't do normal conversation. Okay.
Oh my God, this is so serious. So how can parents, like, for example, if a parent is not working, stays home,
Yeah.
if the father is a farmer or in the market, and they are not on the phone all the
Yeah.
time, they trust their kids. How to control? What to do?
And that's the most vulnerable. They are the most vulnerable
Yes.
because they have no idea.
Exactly.
And when they give the phone to their kids, because their kids go to school and start learning, because when you go to school, there are some that are brought up in a well-off
Yeah.
family and all those kind
Different
of
families.
So you learn a lot of things, So that's when the kids come home, they start doing what they've been told, what they've heard. Okay, this is the new trend and all this. And parents, they have no idea. Being a farmer, stayed, okay, do my M-Pesa. Na better,
Yes,
better
exactly.
out, do my M-Pesa. Password, this like this, because they don't know anything. So the kids have to do everything for them.
So because they give all their passports to the kids.
Passwords to the kids.
Oh my God, yeah,
Yeah.
true. Eh?
And they are very vulnerable at that kind of stage. Yeah. So that's why we're doing a lot of communities outreach now to try and reach every Fijian all over Fiji, to better with the cyber hygiene and all this kind of thing. and how to take care of themselves on using mobile phones, how to be secure, how to be safe, and all this.
Have we come across cases where teenagers, when I mean teenagers, I mean like 13 or 14-year-olds are involved in sending these pictures and whatnot, and the parents had no idea what the kids were doing?
Yes, for us in our states, I mean not our states, I mean our the complaints we receive, most nude pornographies or complaints that we receive are from the teenagers are from 13 to 17. I mean 12 to 17 in that age group, and we've been receiving a lot. And the funny thing is this, because some parents, they don't ask a lot of questions, they don't know about technology.
Right.
So when they heard your daughter is doing this, they say no, and they have to go and fight the school. My daughter, I praise my daughter this and this, and so when we ask the parents, how you know your daughter is, because my daughter say this is AI, the most common excuse, AI.
Seriously?
Yeah, because kids can just lie to their parents because their parents don't know those kind of things. They say, "Oh no, that's not me, mom. That's AI." So
and they can show the parents some AI
photos
and videos, and the parents will believe it.
Sometimes the school reports, like there's a 12-year-old girl, 13-year-old girl sending her nude pictures, but the parents will have to go and fight the school saying, "No, my daughter, I raised my daughter right. She said that's AI."
Okay.
So
how is it that during holidays these kind of cases increase? Why? Because they are home.
Because
and
they are home,
using
and
phone.
there's a lot of what can we say? Like we can say urban and rural movements.
Right.
Mostly this time there's been a lot of online activities, missing children, sexual offense during festive season, because people move rural to urban, urban to rural. Some have no experience, some have more experience, and they take it to the rural communities. And some from the rural communities, they come to the urban, they culture shock, and they want to learn and start practicing new things and all this. So that's when there's a lot of and unsupervised, because you're sending your kids to stay with your grandparents, with their uncle, and most of the things the perpetrators are the family members, because most of the times we live in extended family and we live in a communal setting. So when the movement goes, parents are somewhere, parents are overseas, you send your kids to stay with grandparents and all this, and the grandparents don't know about their kids. They don't know who they are, what they do daily and all this. So they just know them that these are my grandkids, but they don't know who they really are, so they can trick their grandparents in saying, okay, we're going for sleepover and those kind of things. So this is where things happen. So we urge parents to be mindful, be vigilant.
So we'll just take a break. My goodness, we have been talking for so long. We'll just take a break quickly, and then when we come back, then we will talk about a lot of issues.
जिंदगी में अनेक मुद्दे उठते रहते हैं, कभी पारिवारिक तो कभी सामाजिक या अन्य मुद्दे। आज का मुद्दा क्या है, जानिए और शामिल रहे सिर्फ रेडियो सरगम के साथ। सुनिए आज का मुद्दा सिर्फ रेडियो सरगम पर $10 से।
जब लिपस्टिक ब्याह है तो खाने के मौके का इंतजार क्यों, जब चाहिए खुशियाँ पकाइए।
निडल शेयरिंग सिर्फ नशा नहीं है, इससे HIV भी होता है। आप अपने आप को सुरक्षित रखें। HIV का टेस्ट और इलाज दोनों ही मुफ्त है। आज ही सही कदम उठाएं, सही जानकारी हासिल करें और अपने आप को सुरक्षित रखें। जिंदगी बहुत ही अनमोल है, अपने स्वास्थ्य का ध्यान रखें। ये सूचना फिजी गवर्नमेंट, नवसरंग और रेडियो सरगम की ओर से है।
क्या आप अपने लिए मैरिज पार्टनर ढूंढ रहे हैं? तो विजिट करें fijianmarriage.com पर।
चाहे आप फिजी में या ओवरसीज में हो, आपको आपका जीवन साथी मिल सकता है fijianmarriage.com पर। यहाँ पर आप अनेकों प्रोफाइल पढ़ सकते हो और अपने लिए अपना जीवन साथी ढूंढ सकते हो।
साइन अप करें fijianmarriage.com पे और अपनी खुशी की यात्रा शुरू करें।
fijianmarriage.com ने आपके लिए एक सही जीवन साथी ढूंढना बहुत ही आसान कर दिया है। इसे ज्वाइन करें बिल्कुल फ्री में।
आज ही विजिट करें fijianmarriage.com।
अपराध और ड्रग्स, दोनों ही खामोश विनाश की शुरुआत है। नशा सिर्फ शरीर नहीं, आपकी सोच, करियर और रिश्तों को भी बर्बाद करता है। अक्सर नशा अपराध के रास्ते का पहला कदम होता है। युवाओं से निवेदन है, अपने सपनों को खतरे में न डाले, सही जानकारी ले, सही रास्ता चुने। मदद उपलब्ध है, बस एक कदम आपकी तरफ से चाहिए। अपराध और ड्रग से दूर रहिए, सुरक्षित समाज के लिए ये संदेश आप तक ला रहे हैं फिजी गवर्नमेंट और रेडियो सरगम।
हे, अच्छा लग रहा है, सब हमसे मिलने आ रहे हैं, पर इतने सारे लोगों के लिए इतना ज्यादा खाना कैसे बनेगा?
इतने सारे, जरा इधर आकर देखिए तो सही।
वाओ, रूप सिंह भैया का नगीता एयर फ्रायर।
बोलो क्या खाना पसंद करेंगे, फ्राई, बेक्ड या रोस्ट? क्रंची स्नैक्स से लेकर gooey डिजर्ट्स तक, एवरीडे मील्स हो या सरप्राइज एक्सपेरिमेंट्स हो, नगीता एयर फ्रायर सब बना देगा। टेंशन की कोई बात नहीं, मेहमान चाहे कितने भी हो, खाना तैयार करे बिना हैसल के।
ब्रो, स्क्रॉलिंग छोड़ो, एक बिग न्यूज आई से।
अगर इला तुम्हारा एक और लाइफ हैक है तब I'm blocking you।
नहीं सुनो तो, FNU के 2026 रोड शो आवे है जनवरी 10 से लेके 31 तक।
हाँ ना, और कहाँ?
सब जगह ब्रो, नसोरी, नांदी, नावुआ, सिंगतोका, लोतोका, बा, रखराकी, सब तव्यूनी, लंबासा, लेवुका, पूरा होल मैप कवा करे है।
जुलूम ब्रो, अब फोन के साथ ही लाइफ भी अपग्रेड करे पड़ी।
मिस मत करे FNU 2026 रोड शो।
FNU, crafting futures together।
जिंदगी में अनेक मुद्दे उठते रहते हैं, कभी पारिवारिक तो कभी सामाजिक या अन्य मुद्दे। आज का मुद्दा क्या है, जानिए और शामिल रहे सिर्फ रेडियो सरगम के साथ। सुनिए आज का मुद्दा सिर्फ रेडियो सरगम पर।
रेडियो सरगम पर आज का मुद्दा हम लेकर आ रहे हैं और नेशनल एडवाइजर फॉर अर्ली चाइल्डहुड डेवलपमेंट तिमिसिया तुई दौमिया और साथ में ऑनलाइन सेफ्टी कमीशन के समूएला फिनाऊ हमारे साथ में हैं और आप सुन रहे हैं आज जो प्रोग्राम ये आपके लिए लेकर आ रहे हैं। कुछ ऐसी बातें ये बता रहे हैं जो कि बहुत ही शॉकिंग है। समूएला, आई वांटेड टू आस्क यू समथिंग व्हिच आई earlier wanted to ask you before the break, but now there are many cases of family members, like elderly family members. When I say elderly, I mean plus 50, like 55 to 65-year-old grandparents. How do I say it? I don't know how to say even this. Touching their grandchildren in a manner which is not appropriate. And also, have you ever come across cases where grandparents or parents are watching something on their video which they should not be watching, and the child uses their phone and then the child sees all these things like porn and everything?
Yes, thank you. First of all, most of these elder parents, our elders, those, because most of those we try to entrust our kids with them,
right.
And we try and go. That's what I was mentioning on how we can stay vigilant and be safe. Sometimes we leave our kids with the elderlies, and we didn't know that some of these elderlies become perpetrators themselves.
Right.
Especially during this kind of festive season where we try to go here for Christmas party, for functions, and we leave our kids with them. I'm not saying that all grandparents are bad. Don't leave
Right.
your kids, yeah. But there's a lot of issues around those kind of things, and it's better we try and speak up. We speak to our elders on the laws surrounding and how we can keep our kids safe.
Right.
Yes, and with internet being available 24/7, and this now we have Starlink available around villages and communities.
Yes.
Yeah. And people watching it. We come across cases where people are practicing pornographies. First of all, I would like to say that in the Fiji law under the Crimes Act, we are not allowed to watch pornography, right? Pornography is not allowed in Fiji. And by saying that, most of those that are living in the communities, especially in villages, in rural settlement, it's become a hobby because it's readily available to watch pornography movies online, and like I mentioned, like people when they come back from during January to February, there's a lot of reports that will come of sexual offense, all of this, because of kids going into the rural communities and villages. And there was this kid, there was playing truant So the school couldn't know why this kid has been missing school, like,
Right.
and it was in a boarding school.
Right.
And because it was a boarding school, most of the kids, the teachers, like, oh, this is a privileged kid, doesn't like to stay in this kind of thing. So that's why they didn't know the real story behind them.
Right.
So one time he just keep on running away from school, and school just left him, be, because they thought, oh, okay, he's not brave enough to be in the boarding school, and this, how he perceive things. So this kid was going back to school, and the bus went past. At the back of the bus was the child helpline number, 1325. And he went to school. He just came back from home, and he went to school. He asked the school teacher, "Can I use your mobile phone? I missed something at home. Can I call?" So when he called, he didn't call home. He called the child helpline. And he called and he cried, and he just said few words: "Help me. If not, I'll kill myself."
Oh my God.
And that's when the Ministry and Department of Children and Police started organizing things and going into schools and trying to know what's behind, So when this kid started telling the story, was like that he was being sexually assaulted in school. Okay.
In school?
In school. Because it's in a boarding school.
It's a boarding school, right.
So they try and find out, so when they found out who the perpetrator was a senior student. So when the police interviewed the senior student, like, how did you do this? How did you know how to do this and all this? And the first thing he mentioned was, during school break, I went to the village, and I found the videos in my grandparents' mobile phone, and I watched it. So whatever he watch online, and he try and practice it. So so that's his story, and that is what is happening now. We see people going on to drugs, the HIV and all this. It's whatever they see online, and they try to practice it. Okay, all this Bluetooth thing and this kind of new drugs that is coming in, the unprotected sex. These are all things they watch online. Okay, because how we go to when our parents say, "Don't do this." Okay, when you go to your grandparents try to, they will be like very lovey-dovey with us and all this, and say, "Do whatever you want, eat whatever you want, WhatsApp whatever you want." It's those kind of freedom that kids, make use to watch those kind of things that they are not allowed to watch from home. So some of them watch those kind of things and try and practice it outside. Whatever things they do here around in Fiji, the slogans, the new thing that is trending, is everything that they have watched online. So it's the onus is on us, parents and guardians and the elderly, community leaders, church leaders, faith-based organizations. Try to understand things online. Once you understand things online, you can understand the trend, what your kids is going through, and all this.
Boy, this is shocking, eh?
Shocking.
Oh my God. Timothy, the what do you call it? Teenage pregnancy. I was going through news, and this news recently, I read that teenage pregnancy was on the rise, and it's probably because of what he said. Because when a child is 11, 12, 13, definitely hormones change. And they get, it's natural. They
Human
will get
development,
exactly to the opposite sex. But it's what parents are also doing.
Yes.
I have a question. If a child is a teenager
Mm-hmm.
and both the parents are working, and when school finishes, the child is at home alone, is that a crime?
It's not a crime that they're home alone, or if they're old enough to be home alone. But what we're really asking is that the children are being supervised by adults.
But then how, when there's no...
If mom and dad is at work,
right,
if they can please find something for the children to do during the holidays, whether they join a kids club, or they have an auntie and uncle, or just investing in a carer to come and be with the child, or maybe they're going to spend time for the holidays with a cousin or with family in a different town. And when they do go, it's also important for mom and dad, please sit down and talk to your children when you send them for their holiday trips and tell them, remember, I'm not there, but your auntie and uncle is there, or any adult. If there's anything to call them, if there's anything that's going to happen, I will be in charge. I will come and see, and to check in. And just like Samuela was saying with the children that left idle at home during the holidays, it's important that mom and dad and the carers around them, when I say carer, it's grandfather, grandmother, aji, aja, auntie, uncle, everybody plays a role in being present with the children. Find them something to do, get them a rugby ball, soccer ball, buy some cool outdoor activity games for them to do. Buy a set of cards for them to play. Keep them busy through the holidays. And also schedule out some fun times for them. Either you're going to the beach, or you're going to the movies, or you're going to the park. When you do send them, still, please be present with them. Don't go and be on your phone and leave the children to run along and do their thing. Spend time with them. It's very, very important for their well-being.
It's important to show them that we love them.
It
and
is.
We have time for them.
Yes, and it's not for a long time.
Yes.
Because when they turn 13, 14, they want to do their own thing and go along. But mom and dad, please, you have a strong role and a strong responsibility on your child. And the teenage pregnancy that you brought up, have those conversations with your daughters about their reproductive health. Talk to the young boys how to be brothers to their sisters, or if they're dating, have conversations. Talk about dating. How do you treat a girlfriend? How do you treat a boyfriend? Because it really does start from home. And if we talk about it, then a lot of these issues we won't have.
There are. I know a lot of parents who actually do not agree to this thing.
Right.
My child is not allowed to date. You can't have a boyfriend. You can't have a girlfriend. All you need to do is study. I mean, come on, man. How can a child study whole day, whole night? I mean, and another thing, when we were your age, we did not even know what love was and all these things. Like, that time is gone, like long gone. Don't talk about
the
that.
generation has changed.
Oh, yes, man. I mean, like, the kids these days know so much.
They know so much.
Yes. So the thing is, like, I think I totally agree with you, and I guess you will also agree that it is necessary, it is very important for parents to sit down and talk to their children and to notice the changes that comes.
Yes.
Like, if the child is a very jovial person, a happy person, and all of a sudden the child is
shuts
in his
down,
or her shell.
Goes into the room, closes up the curtains, closes the door,
doesn't want to eat,
and you say, just being a teenager. No, knock on that door and check
what happened.
You need to have uncomfortable conversations.
And you
with
also,
your
like,
children.
if you have probably males around the house,
yes,
keep a watch. Keep
a watch, yeah. Even if you have a carer, I know it's your brother, I know it's maybe your uncle, and you're like, oh, my children are okay, their uncle is at home, or my brother is around. It's still very important, girls, to be taken care of by the girls. When they go to the bathroom or to the toilet, the boys will be accompanied by their father or by a trusted adult. But please, when we say leave your children with supervised adults, it's adults that the child trusts, that you trust, and that you know them very, very well. Even some you may know very, very well, and it might happen. So it's important to make sure that they're not just alone with one uncle. There's an auntie around, a sister, older sister around. There's a group of them that are home, because idle minds, idle hands.
Do you think that sometimes when something like this happens with kids and they complain and they are told to keep quiet because
it all starts right there.
It happens?
Let's keep a secret. They tell your children, don't tell your mom. May start with a chocolate in the fridge, then eating the cookies that your mom said was for dessert, or the cake, and then slowly it becomes a small touch, and then it becomes an occasional thing that is happening. The child is being exploited at home. From do not tell. And, children, they don't see how we see each other as adults. Oh, that one there doesn't come early to, they have no idea. All they know is that's uncle, that's auntie, that's mom, that's dad. They're an adult. They know what's right, and they will look after me. So when the abuse happens, the children will show you. They will show you. So pay attention to those signs. And also, please know that there is support in the country. There's other helplines that they can call, especially the 2 numbers that we've shared tonight with you. You can call, and then there's support there for you. Never ever feel like you're alone. Right. Even if you are a mom or a dad, you're a first-time mom and dad maybe. You've never gone through this. Right. None of us are going through all of this for the second time. True. We are learning as we go. Yes. But it's important when we learn together as a community. And so when you see these cases arise in your home, please know that the support is there. They're there for you.
And it's not only like you are protective over your daughter, it's the boys too. Eh?
Please.
Because this time,
it's the boys as well.
Are not even safe.
Yes. Yes, and we're really pushing for the safety of our children. Yes, this festive season, everybody knows the rise in drugs and HIV and AIDS in our communities.
I was just going to ask you.
Sorry, yeah. And again, it's important to have these conversations. I know we may come from faith-based or religious backgrounds, and we're saying, oh no, you can't be having that at a young age, but just have the conversation so your children are aware.
Acha, do you think, like we talked about what happens sometimes in the family?
Yes.
If a child, daughter or son, was sexually abused by another family member, and she or he tries telling the parents, do you think the parents, just because they don't want their name, or they don't want their name to like people to talk about them, or probably they don't want people to laugh at them, they just tell the kids
don't
to
talk
just
about
keep
it,
quiet and don't tell anyone, and they still keep talking to the perpetrator?
And a lot of our parents, a lot of our moms and dads, like I said, they're moms and dads for the first time, or they're going through these issues for the first time. A lot of them too are growing up with their own trauma as moms and dads.
Yes.
And so, it may have happened to when you're younger, or it didn't happen as deep as it happened with your child. And sometimes we've grown up with, just sweep it under the rug. Let's not talk about it, right?
Yes.
And I understand we all come from communal backgrounds. All our traditional backgrounds as Fijians, we work as a community. We're very communal, right? When we mention someone from the Singh family, everybody knows who you're talking about. When you mention the Kumars, we know all the Kumars you're talking about. So, the surnames carry a lot of pride as for us as Fijians. So I know a lot of that weight too carries on the parents. Yes. What will they say? We didn't look after our child. Yes. What will they say? She's pregnant and she's a teenager. Right. What will they say? What will they say? Again, there's a lot of support out there. Please get connected to a community to talk about issues. And if it's happening to you, just give a call. There are other helplines that are available. I'm sorry, I don't have it on the top of my head. But there's a call to the Medical South Pacific. The counselors are available. Yes. Talk about it. And even if you don't want to say your real name, you don't have to. Yes. You can call, change your name, and just say, I have no idea what to do. These issues are happening in my house. What can I do? And for the children that are listening, if you're complaining to mom and dad and they are not responding the way you expected them to be, remember the helpline, 1325. Right. Call it, report it in. We are here for you. We will come and help.
Nice. Samuela, your advice, your last words.
Thank you. To the listeners again, we've been having this thing called Think Before You Click. Online Safety Commission will be going around with this project. So to all the viewers out there, I come across a lot of TikTok roasting that's been going on, and we have to take a lot of our victims for counseling because they wanted to take their life. So please, we're just urging our viewers, before you press that comment button, before you post something online, okay, think first, okay, think first before you comment, think first. Most of those that you're commenting on, we have relatives, could be related to you as well. Fiji is a very small place. We are related somehow, and please just be mindful on how you comment and how you post about someone else. You don't know what that person might be going through on that particular day, and just be mindful around the way we comment, the way we talk about people, the way we roasting. I know there's a lot of roasting going around where people get money from TikTok. Remember, TikTok, okay, the internet, the mobile phone, they don't have religion, they don't have a family, they don't have relatives. Okay, we as a person, as a human being, okay, as a Fijian, okay, we have religion, we have relatives, and we celebrate Diwali, we celebrate Christmas, we celebrate Eid. So at the end of the day, we are all human beings. Let's practice safe, to be safe online. Let's practice the same respect, the same things, same values that we do to people offline. We take it also online. Thank you.
Thank you so much. It was lovely meeting you two.
Thank you for having us.
Yes, and it was lovely talking about all these issues. It's quite worrying. And wherever we are going, I don't know how this is going to stop. But thank you so much for raising this kind of awareness. And we need more of that. And probably we will need more talkback shows like this,
Yes,
so
please.
that more people, more children and more parents know what to do. I mean, there are a lot of things which I learned today.
Me
Being a
too.
parent, and he learned today. So yeah, you need to come more often.
Yes, more stories.
Yes, more stories. Thank you so much, Samuel, and thank you so much, Tim.